Brett Rippon's on the sideline thinking, hey, hey, don't forget about me over here. We'll see Rippon in the second half as the quarterback competition for number 2 continues in Denver. Johnson loads and fires. Such a confident throw, able to complete to Kendall Hinton.
He's been cut umpteenth times, has a esports gaming league, clothing line, and a foundation. This is really somebody who values his opportunities. He's making the most of it tonight.
Too hot, that one. And unable to bring it down was Trey Quinn. And that's why he's a fan of all the other spring football leagues as well. But he wants to stay right here.
Everyone else has had game action. You're kind of coming out of halftime trying to get yourself going, and you speed your way through it. You speed your way through your footwork, you speed your way through your progressions, and you end up either behind or in front of receivers like we saw in that last drive.
That punter battle. Broncos only punted twice in the first half.
It's rain coming down. You got a chance to be a quarterback here for the Broncos. You're thinking, really? The guy I'm competing against, 2 tutties, and now I got to go throw in the rain?
Beauty of a punt by Anger. Caden Davis will let it bounce, and it will be down at the 1-yard line.
Made of that defense. He diagnosed it real quick and made the throw. That's what has to happen if you want to convert on 3rd down in the NFL.
First down and 10. Here come the Broncos at the Dallas 28, and a flag comes in.
It's not how you score on offense in the NFL.
Pre-snap, post-snap penalties, those are mental errors.
Yes.
Penalties during gameplay, we can accept that as a coaching staff, but you got to be smart before the play.
Here is Stevie Scott III. He'll push the pile for about 6. Fired up. And as I mentioned earlier, we can wish Bryant good luck in San Francisco, maybe at least until week 3 when the Niners come here. That'll be a big game here in Denver. 17-0, Denver leads Broncos football. And it's Jaquan Hardy.
Got to stop these penalties. A reminder, too, Dallas led last season the entire NFL in penalties, 124 penalties for over 1,100 yards.
With the lack of health in the running back room, I'm going to say let Brett cook. Let Brett cook. We let Josh Johnson cook. Let Brett cook here in the second half.
In practice, he's really been the best running back in training camp, the practices I've been to. He's a dynamic player. It's going to be fun to see what he can do, especially with that knowledge, Chad, from year 1 to year 2. That's a huge difference for a veteran.
It is. You make your most improvement from year 1 to year 2 typically. So for a guy who led the NCAA in broken tackles, then led NFL running backs in broken tackles his rookie year, I expect him to be that same kind of guy in year 2. But
from the Dallas 35. And you could see that from about a mile away. And now you're back to 1st and 25.
There's so many plays on the play chart for 1st and 25.
And very few of them are successful. Here's Jaquan Hardy for a few.
Driving for perfection. This drive will be coached just as critically as the first drive of this ball game. They want to see these guys execute.
Trying to set up the screen to Hardy, and the Cowboys not falling for that.
Call him Coach Beard unofficially here on the broadcast.
A nod to the actor Brendan Hunt, who actually plays Coach Beard. And Coach Alton will really appreciate we showed him on a 3rd and 26. Here's Rippon now. Has plenty of time. He'll take a look around. Now he's chased out of the pocket and throwing. And he was just throwing that one away. Got pressure from Mika Tafua. Stevie Scott in the backfield. He'd like to break one. Put out some good tape for not the Broncos and 31 other teams. There is Scott. We talked
as well, so you've got some great players there in the same year you traded for a Hall of Fame quarterback.
I know you can't see us here in the booth, but Coach Hackett's smile when he was talking about Greg Dulcich and how special.
6 tight ends go to IR, so that's a position that they want to keep solid for the Broncos this season.
Rippon throwing on a 3rd and 3, and it is caught. Virgil.
Tapped that ball one too many times, that time right on time with it. Tremendous throw by him.
Rippon on the run, and can't hit his intended. Virgil's fast. 3rd down and 6. See what Rippon does here in his 4th National Football League season. Rippon will step in there and nearly intercepted.
Field goal in the first half.
Listen, McManus has won the job. They're good there. They want to see some other people, some other things. And let's see on 4th and 6. Taking a shot, why not? And just a little too far got it out beyond Jalen Virgil. What's going on here in the passing den?
And Roger Goodell giving a tip of the cap to Joe Ellis too, saying he, such a steward of this organization through a tough time. Really something the NFL hadn't seen.
A pass that is not leading them perfectly.
Chargers have been efficient on third down to this point. This one a 3rd and 4. Stick drops back, lofts one-on-one, and he just overshoots more.
Ball, a couple of different ways. So look, they're both going to be here. We know that. So we're trying to get a feel. Who's the 2, who's the 3, but we'll kind of see how it goes from there.
Daniel got away from the pressure, but just had to get rid of it and avoid the sack. You see, that's the thing. If I wore those, I'd actually be afraid to go out and play because I wouldn't want to get scuff marks on them. Plus the creases. But Daniel doesn't care. He escapes and delivers a dart. Michael Bandy.
Keep the Cowboys off balance.
And again, this is a good opportunity for a lot of these guys out there to prove themselves in a spot where they're down by 19. This time it's going to be a handoff out of the backfield, and Kevin Marks picks up 3 before he tries to extend forward, tripling back. Empty set. And we do have an update. Spiller questionable to return with his ankle injury. Stick, lofts, complete. And a man is missed. Trevon Bradford forced out of bounds into Cowboy territory. Operation, especially on deep routes. And we'll see if Brown can bust open that big play we've been waiting for. Here he is on the handoff, and stutter steps for 2.
Around 4 yards a carry, which is good. Very efficient, but you need a little bit more at times.
And Daniel in rhythm now. He finds Bradford again. And Bradford looks like he's going to come up about a yard shy of your center. Brown the back. Pitch it to Brown. He's got some room outside, and it closes up quickly.
Boys.
He is known as someone who's great after contact as well. 2nd and 6. Go to the hot hand, and Brown runs into a wall.
As a fan, I kind of think it's cool, especially.
It has to get in your vision, right? If you're on the field.
Absolutely, and in your ears.
3rd and 9. Daniel steps up. Brown with the catch, lowers the shoulder, and he is close, but looks like he's about a yard or 2 shy. 3rd quarter ticking down. Brown motions out wide. Daniel. Incomplete. He was looking over the middle to Joe Reed, and it was broken up.
Straight Pro Bowls because of those numbers.
He went from being one of the more underrated wide receiver game. That first game against the Raiders is obviously going to just have so much emotion involved here at SoFi, as well as Daniel will drop back, evade the rush. Daniel brought down from behind. Big hit delivered as Daniel just didn't quite feel it coming. And it is Martavis Bryant with a sack.
Yeah, again, the Cowboys have put good pressure on the quarterback all night. And Daniel not seeing, obviously, no eyes behind his head to see that sack coming. But Chargers had great field position to start this drive, and now they're looking at 2nd and 17.
Daniel. The screen was caught, and that will be interesting. Yeah, there's no flag. 21. Daniel. Deep ball. And out of the reach of Jason Moore.
Yeah, I'll relate to you in your basketball background. He's a gym rat.
Another handoff for Kevin Marks. Of COVID camp versus non-COVID camp, where they're actually up close with these guys.
Meet those expectations.
Daniel, right over the middle.
Here's
Michael
your gym
Bandy.
rat, but smart and quick and tough.
Feels like that's the key. One buzzword, smart, as Daniel couldn't get it quite over the top. And brings up 2nd down and 10. Solid drive put together here from Chase Daniel and company, and he will get absolutely crushed in the backfield. Mika Tafua, 18, 3 minutes remaining. Deep drop. Lots of time. Perfect delivery. Jason Moore had over 3,000 yards in 3 years. And now trying to make a name for himself at the NFL level. for a set of downs for Daniel. And another strike to Bandy. Two-time FCS All-American at San Diego. Showing a lot of skill through these first 2 games. Handoff goes to Letty Brown. And he plunges forward after a solid gain. 4 with Chase Daniel. Looking end zone, and Daniel had his man Jason Moore. Productive drive from Chase Daniel. Drops back. Daniel lofts it. It's caught. Heading towards the end zone, but cut off. Sage Surratt around the running back. 1st and goal. Play action. Daniel rolls. Daniel. He's got it. Touchdown, Michael Bandy. Will line up to go for 2 out of the eye. Daniel, play action again. Throws again, and it's caught. Gabe Neighbors.
He did a pretty good job there.
It's a 32-yard penalty to the Dallas 30-yard line. Drew Lock in position here. And on the end around, Bo Melton, 7th round pick out of Rutgers. Bringing up a 2nd and 4 here. After hearing from Nate, it doesn't make me feel any better about the left tackle situation.
Go out and get a guy either off the street or somebody's going to say, yeah, take our old pro. It just doesn't happen.
Right.
Ooh, how about that defense?
Throughout the preseason, it's going to be a real strength of the team.
Play here.
Travis Homer from Drew Lock for the 1st down.
They look like Dak, didn't it? Didn't our line judge look like Dak with the hip movement? I love that.
The 22-yard line. Seattle back with the football after the penalty on Thomas. Seahawks with the empty backfield. 3 receivers to the left. And Drew Lock over the middle.
Which takes away the angle for the DB to make the play.
Pickup of 22 yards. 1st down at the 48. And right to Mashawn Wright.
That was a trap coverage.
Right after we
The 3-second rule is all you need to know.
And breaking on that one. Duron Bland.
On him, but he's been in place.
2nd and 10. Arcadius Bryant with the pressure. And Lock able to get it away to DJ Dallas.
Pete Carroll happened right in front of him. He thought, hey, he got out of bounds.
Less than 30 seconds. Downfield almost. Wanye Thomas.
That would have been Dan Quinn.
That's right. DJ Dallas, lots of running room to the outside. It's 1st down from the 13. At the line of scrimmage is Big John Ridgway out of Arkansas and Illinois.
Our players need to hear that.
Outside to Dallas, went out of bounds.
Had all those penalties. They had a chance to match the 72 Dolphins, and they would have had they taken away 127 penalties. We got walking these shark-infested cowboy-hating waters as I work all week. On his own to be nice too. Just like that. Almost.
Good penetration there at the 1-yard line. Now DJ Dallas able to walk into the end zone for the touchdown.
And then the next week, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Right.
Be okay.
Apparently Julio's been looking good at camp for Tampa Bay. And
right now.
2nd and 11 for Drew Lock. Draw play. And gets it to the 30.
A lot of these guys that are playing right now, we're going to need come 2 weeks. So making sure. Let's go! That's one of them.
Making sure something like that happens, Bill.
Okay. Darwin Thompson out of Jinx, Oklahoma, run out of bounds.
6. 320-pound guy that looked like built like a tight end.
3rd and 11. Short of the first down.
That guy.
Yeah, he's got a great motor. That was an effort play, that last play.
3rd and 8. Drew Lock incomplete. 16-man practice squad, but cuts down to 53 on Tuesday. The Cowboys have some big-time decisions to make in the next few days.
It's important to recognize these are all really good players, and they are.
Right.
Guys that are going to get cut, they are good football players. Oh. Son played on that guy's team. He was unbelievable, and it's a tough business. There are a lot of good football playing at a lot of tail off for 6 months and saying, you don't have a job.
Speaking of that, the guy in at quarterback for Seattle right now, Jacob Eason, he was the #1 recruit in the nation coming out.
Yep.
Batted down, incomplete.
That's a little different, reading those blitzes in high school when you're the #1 recruit. And reading these blitzes right here.
The big cat, Marcavius Bryant out of Auburn, bats it down.
And a lot of logistics involved in that. And Craig Gleber was the man behind it.
And hey, that's nice to be give Gleber love.
And you recognize the name Gleber, one of the greats in our business sportscasting.
That's the good part.
Whoa! Oh my!
That was a great part. Yeah, and you see, you're coming over. You see Dak Prescott saying, "Way to go! Way to make a play." Yeah, that's special, buddy.
As Jacob Eason throws downfield, another pick, and take a seat. 1-8.
Double cup, styrofoam, pull it up. Makes you look bad in the Maybach truck. Bubble butt, cause tail if it up. LSD attached, stick stuff on the top.